Hello everyone, this is Andy, and today is June 5th of 2014, which makes it a Thursday. So, since my last video, this is actually going to be my second day on Soylent, and funny thing, when I said all the ingredients arrived, I actually didn't have my protein arrive. So, I was unable to start on the next day, and so my first day on Soylent was yesterday, but I decided to not make a video. I'm not really sure why, don't ask. But here it is. This is what the mixture actually looks like. When I first made it yesterday, it was very, very thick. It was very, very thick. It had the texture of a smoothie that also still was not completely blended. I would describe the texture as a very thick, sandy, liquid texture. And despite the fact that the recipe was tagged as tasty, it absolutely is not. I would say it's actually pretty tasteless. It doesn't really taste much like anything. It maybe has a slight hint of vanilla and nothing else really. But the thing that got me most is that there at the very bottom. Once I got to the bottom of this drink, it got much thicker, and it was no longer liquid at the bottom. There was a sediment at the bottom, which I scooped up with a spoon and finished, and that part was not very good at all. I don't know how else to describe that. Was not a very pleasant taste nor texture, and all in all, it's a very weird feeling. I gotta say, this one cup takes away all of my hunger. I drank it when I got up, was hungry, drank it, was no longer hungry. Some hours passed, got hungry again, and drank another glass, and the hunger just completely subsides. Seems pretty magical. And the only other thing that I really noticed was my piss / my urine is a bright orange. Or it's definitely much darker than I'm used to, and it reminds me of the time when I used to take vitamin B pills, and during that time my piss used to be like neon yellow, and it's not quite that color, but it's a lot darker. And I believe I read something about I need to be drinking some more water while I'm on this that I'm potentially used to. But other than that, it's nothing really different. And I am a little saddened that it's not exactly tasty, and maybe it was some. I was hoping that it would be, because it was tagged as tasty, and it's not. It doesn't taste bad necessarily. I would say, like I said, it's just pretty tasteless. So I just woke up. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this glass, and this time I actually added a lot more water and blended it for a much longer period of time. What I did is I gathered all of the ingredients, all of the powders, and the vegetable oil, and the water, and I blended. My blender is not big enough to do the entire batch. I do 2 batches, and the first time I made it all the way to about 50 ounces, and this time I added enough water where it's about 60 ounces. So yesterday's was a lot more smoothie-esque. I think this is much more liquidy, much more like a milky consistency. So I'm gonna go ahead and drink it and see how it is. Excuse me. Whoa. More water. Definitely, yeah, just still very, very mild and doesn't really taste like anything. There was a note. I went back to the People's Chow site, and it said that you could add less choline, and I still need to experiment with that one. The recipe calls for 2 grams, and there was a person that said technically you could get away with 1.25, and it might make the taste better slash less mild. There were a couple other people that were complaining about the taste, and I would say I'm used to drinking protein shakes and such, so maybe my sense of taste is a bit different. I would say the taste is very particularly mild. It doesn't really taste like a whole lot of anything. Maybe yeah, just really mild. I don't know if you can see from here, but there's still that sediment that I talked about, and I'm probably gonna have to end up scooping it out, and that part's kind of nasty. But other than that, I would say things are going well. I can definitely. I don't know if I would be able to completely get rid of solids. I never actually planned on doing it. I thought I'm doing this because it's efficient, and hey, I just finished my breakfast while I was making this video within the span of less than 10 minutes. So that was very quick and easy, but the fact that it is completely tasteless does kind of get me a little bit. But we'll see how that goes in the future. But everything else seems pretty fine. So see you next time.